For as long as humans have looked at the stars, we assumed the universe was harsh, violent, terrifying. But the universe assumed the same thing about us. When the galactic census finally discovered Earth, they didn't call it beautiful, unique, or promising. They labeled it a Category Red Death World, a planet so dangerous that survival was considered statistically impossible. Toxic atmosphere, hyperactive weather, evolving predators, sentient primates with anxiety issues, and an unhealthy desire to poke things that say do not touch. To the galaxy, Earth wasn't a home. It was a warning sign. And then, they met the humans. For the first 40 seconds of contact, every alien envoy believed humanity was moments away from extinction. By the 1-minute mark, they realized the horrifying truth. Humans weren't surviving Earth. Earth had been trying, and failing, to kill them for hundreds of thousands of years. Generations shaped in chaos. Civilizations forged by storms, beasts, and stupidity-resistant engineering. Humans didn't fear the galaxy. They were trained for it. And now, in a twist no one expected, the most feared species in the sector is sending out recruitment posters, not for soldiers, but for aliens who want to learn how to survive the universe the human way. Welcome to Death World Earth, where humanity's greatest export is resilience. The galactic census ship floated through the void as gracefully as a drifting snowflake, crewed by soft-bodied, peace-oriented aliens who believed the universe was mostly gentle. That belief shattered the moment Earth came into view. The screen showed a swirling atmosphere of storms punching each other. Waves assaulted coastlines like angry gods. Lightning carved white scars across the sky. The alien bridge officers leaned closer in horror. Rel, the biologist, trembled. Captain, this planet appears to be actively malfunctioning. Thress expanded the scan. Temperature fluctuations extreme. Ocean turbulence catastrophic. Landmass stability questionable. Then the camera zoomed in. A human on a surfboard rode a storm wave the size of a small moon fragment, screaming with joy as thunder exploded behind him. What is the creature doing? Rel cried. The surfer waved at the satellite drone. Well, record this. Another human jogged along the shore with earbuds in as a tornado casually formed in the distance. The captain whispered, "They are ignoring annihilation." A new clip appeared. Humans laughing while climbing cliffs, diving into icy water, dangling from helicopters. The crew watched in silent disbelief. Finally, the captain declared, voice shaking. In accordance with Galactic Risk Protocol, Earth is a type-red death world. Rel gulped. And the creatures on it. The surfer wiped water from his eyes and shouted, "Earth is awesome." The captain whispered, "They may be worse." The census ship transmitted a peaceful greeting in 700 languages. No reply. Instead, humans argued online about who got to speak first: government, scientists, influencers, or that one guy who collects swords. Finally, a video connected. A woman appeared on screen, sipping iced tea on her porch. "Hey aliens. Welcome to Earth. 1SEC John. Stop setting the grill on fire." A loud explosion shook the camera. She returned. "He's fine," the captain whispered. "Is this a hostile environment?" "No," Rel muttered. "This is domestic." The woman leaned toward the camera. "So what do you guys need? Trade? Research? Trying to invade? If it's invasion, good luck. Our raccoons will take you out before we do." The aliens recoiled. "What is a raccoon?" A raccoon knocked over the trash can behind her. The woman didn't even turn around. "See? They fear nothing." The raccoon stared directly into the camera with glowing, chaotic confidence. Rel screamed. The captain tried diplomacy. "Honored human, we have classified your world as..." "Let me guess," she interrupted. "Dangerous? Toxic? Unlivable?" She shrugged. "Yeah, Earth's rude. Bugs try to kill you. Plants stab you. Weather throws hands. Oh, and don't visit Australia." The aliens shuddered. "Is Australia the central danger zone?" She laughed. "Nah. That's just our beginner area." Thress fainted. Rel whispered, "Captain, these creatures mock hazard levels." The woman smiled warmly. "Welcome to Earth. Try not to die." After recovering from shock, the aliens resumed observation, seeking evidence that humans behaved rationally sometimes. Instead, they found skydivers. Rel zoomed in. "Captain, the humans have jumped from a flying machine with no support. They are plummeting." One human yelled mid-fall. This is better than therapy. Another shouted, Bro, I forgot my parachute. Not just kidding. The alien screamed. Parachutes deployed at the very last second. The humans giggled as they touched down. One approached the observation drone. Did you guys get that? My mom wants the video. Rel whispered, horrified. This is voluntary danger. Then they watched parkour. Humans sprinted across rooftops, flipping, flying over gaps like gravity was merely a suggestion. Thress trembled. They are preparing for war. A human overheard. Nah man, just cardio. Later, humans wrestled each other in a cage. Rel cried out, this is combat. The referee yelled, round 2. A spectator explained, nah, this is sports. Sports. Jumping off planes. Leaping off buildings. Punching each other for trophies. Rel updated the record. Humans exhibit recreational self-endangerment. Threat perception inverted. Fear response irregular. The captain stared at a human grinning mid-skydive clip. They do not fear death. Rel corrected softly. No, they fear boredom. The Earth file arrived at the Galactic Council, and the peaceful chamber dissolved into chaos within minutes. Footage played of humans hiking volcanoes, swimming with sharks, and taking selfies near wildfires. Counselor VYR whispered, this species is not surviving their world, they are challenging it. Counselor Leth scrolled further. Their drinks contain toxins. Their food includes burning chemicals. Their celebrations involve explosives. A gentle herbivorous delegate fainted. Another whimpered. They eat peppers hotter than industrial coolant. A new clip showed a human canoeing through a flooded street. Another showed storm chasers driving toward tornadoes. Another showed someone lifting weights heavier than the delegate's entire body mass. The chamber trembled with fear. VYR stood and read the final risk report. In accordance with Galactic Environmental Hazard Index, Earth is hereby classified as Death World Type Red. A silence fell, and the native sapients. VYR hesitated. A clip played of a human boxing an alligator. Another of a human jumping into a frozen lake. Another of a human saying, it builds character. VYR whispered, we classify humans as Death Worlders, extreme variant. The chamber burst into panicked prayer. The diplomatic envoy attempted a calm landing. They stepped out into what appeared to be a peaceful park. Birds chirped. Sunshine warmed the grass. The aliens relaxed. Perhaps the reports overstated. HHH. A toddler ran toward them at high speed, grabbed a scanning device from Ambassador Chill's belt, and sprinted away laughing. Chill screamed. A small creature has taken our technology. A human mother barely looked up from her coffee. That's my kid. Chill trembled. Is she violent? Only when hungry. The toddler returned triumphantly and slapped the scanner into Chill's chest. Boom, she shouted gleefully. Chill fainted. The mother sighed. No fake explosions with the aliens, sweetie. Then a dog trotted over, tail wagging. Chill awoke to the sight of sharp teeth. Do not let it consume me. The mother laughed. He's friendly. The dog tackled Chill with affectionate licking. He screamed and passed out again. 2 joggers ran by. Aliens. Yeah. Nice. The humans resumed their... The aliens decided to study human strength and coordination in what they assumed was a controlled, peaceful environment. A gym. They entered cautiously, expecting meditation, stretching, perhaps gentle movement. Instead, they walked into what looked like a ritualized battlefield. Humans were lifting metal bars loaded with massive weights, faces red, muscles shaking. Others were sprinting on machines, running from nothing visible. A group of humans were punching heavy bags with enough force to terrify a starship hull. Rel whispered, Captain, they are training for war. A nearby human laughed mid-deadlift. War? Nah, this is leg day. The aliens recoiled as a man attempted to lift more weight than 4 of them combined. His friend shouted, pain is weakness leaving the body. Rel yelped. Why would weakness exit through pain? Then they spotted parkour athletes vaulting over boxes, flipping, landing with the grace of creatures unconcerned about bone density. Thress muttered, this must be a ceremonial combat trial. A human responded casually, nope, it's cardio. Weights slammed to the floor. Humans shouted in triumph. Some lay on the ground panting, declaring it a good burn. To the aliens, it looked like casualties. When a trainer yelled, hydrate, The aliens decided to study human strength and coordination in what they assumed was a controlled, peaceful environment, a gym. They entered cautiously, expecting meditation, stretching, perhaps gentle movement. Instead, they walked into what looked like a ritualized battlefield. Humans were lifting metal bars loaded with massive weights, faces red, muscles shaking. Others were sprinting on machines, running from nothing visible. A group of humans were punching heavy bags with enough force to terrify a starship hull. Rel whispered, "Captain, they are training for war." A nearby human laughed mid-deadlift. "War? Nah, this is leg day." The aliens recoiled as a man attempted to lift more weight than four of them combined. His friend shouted, "Pain is weakness leaving the body." Rel yelped, "Why would weakness exit through pain?" Then they spotted parkour athletes vaulting over boxes, flipping, landing with the grace of creatures unconcerned. Alien naturalists wanted to observe Earth animals, starting with birds, innocent, harmless creatures on most worlds. They met a goose. The goose hissed like a demon escaping a cursed dimension. Rel screamed. Thress shrieked. The goose charged. The aliens fled in chaotic formation as the goose honked with predatory confidence. A human jogger sighed, grabbed the goose mid-attack, and lifted it casually. "Come on, buddy, leave the tourists alone." The aliens huddled behind a tree. "You have subdued the monster?" Thress whispered. The jogger shrugged. "He's just cranky. Probably needs bread." Rel trembled. "That creature attempted to kill us." The jogger laughed. "Geese try to kill everyone. You get used to it." Then the jogger wrestled the goose into a gentle headlock while petting it. The goose calmed instantly. The aliens stared. Rel updated the file. Earth fauna displays aggressive territorial dominance. Humans display greater dominance. That was only the beginning. They later met a raccoon, a squirrel with no fear of gravity, and a house cat that knocked over a scanner on purpose. The aliens concluded, Earth's animals are chaotic. Humans are the apex chaos. During a supervised hike, one human slipped on a rock and tumbled down a slope, landing with a sickening crack. The aliens screamed and rushed to help. The human looked at his bent arm and calmly said, "Well, that's broken." Rel shrieked, "You require emergency medical attention." "Nah," the human said casually, grabbing his own wrist. "Already been through this." With a horrifying pop, he snapped the arm back into place. The alien squad collectively fainted. Another human jogged up. "Dude, again?" "Yeah. Slipped. You good?" "Totally." Rel woke up, trembling. "Did you not feel pain?" "Oh, totally felt it," the human said cheerfully. "Pain is just information." "Information?" Rel gasped. The human shrugged. "My cousin broke both legs once and still went to prom." This meant nothing to the aliens, but it sounded terrifying. Later, the human insisted on finishing the hike. With a broken arm, the aliens followed at a distance, trying not to cry. Rel updated the medical file. Human injury tolerance, catastrophic. Human willingness to ignore injury, worse. The captain read the report and whispered, "They treat physical trauma as a minor inconvenience." The aliens wanted to understand why humans behave this way, so they turned to history. This was also a mistake. Human evolution was a highlight reel of calamity. Volcanic winters, meteor strikes, predatory megafauna, plagues, wars, famines, and bizarre cultural trends like extreme ironing. Rel scrolled through the database in mounting horror. They endured ice ages. Multiple, the captain corrected. They survived global diseases. Several. They warred among themselves endlessly. Yes. And then they made movies about it? Yes. The aliens tried to find periods of peace. They found brief intermissions between disasters. It painted a clear picture. Humans had been forged in ridiculous, repeated adversity. A human walked past the observation tent, overheard them, and said, "Yeah, Earth's been trying to kill us for thousands of years, so now we're kinda hard to kill." The aliens turned with wide, horrified eyes. The human continued, "We don't train to be brave. We train because something dumb might happen at any time." Rel whispered, "Your species evolved through suffering." The human shrugged. Builds character." The aliens stared at each other, realizing the truth. Humans weren't fearless. They were experienced. The aliens finally decided to share some of their advanced technology with humans, carefully supervised, heavily monitored, and with strict instructions not to touch anything without permission. This plan failed instantly. A human engineer approached a delicate alien shield generator, admired its glowing design, and immediately pressed the biggest, brightest button. The device shrieked, sparked, spun, and exploded into harmless confetti-like particles. The alien technician wailed. "Why would you press it?" "We said do not touch." The human shrugged. "It was shiny." Rel choked. "This was a prototype." "Yeah," the human said casually, "but now you know what not to do. Call it science." Another human picked up a scanning rod, flipped it upside down, and somehow activated a setting the aliens didn't even know existed. The rod fired a harmless but dramatic laser spiral into the air. The alien gasped. "How did you do that?" "It should be impossible." The human smiled. "I dunno. Felt intuitive." A third human walked by, glanced at a holographic console, and accidentally hacked the ship's environmental system by leaning on it. Alarms blared. Lights flickered. The aliens panicked. The humans looked impressed. The captain collapsed into a chair. "These creatures are incompatible with technology." Rel corrected him softly. "No, technology is incompatible with them." The humans laughed as the confetti generator continued spinning. The council convened again, hoping the newest Earth report would provide clarity. It did not. The new footage showed humans lifting weights as big as small aliens, jumping into frozen lakes voluntarily, eating food classified as chemical weapon tier by the council, and casually repairing injuries with duct tape. VYR pressed his trembling hands together. "We attempted diplomacy. We attempted observation. We attempted understanding." Counselor Leth scrolled further, horrified. "A human has volunteered to test alien weapons for fun." Another whispered. One of them hugged a venomous creature and named it Kevin. A third gasped. A teenager surfed on a piece of metal during a hailstorm. VYR raised his hand. "Council, we must update humanity's classification." Everyone leaned forward. Humans are now officially designated Deathworlders, Apex Variant. Silence. Then panic. A diplomat shouted, "If they ever unite as a military force." Another interrupted, "They don't need to unite. They survive individually." A trembling ambassador added, "Their emotional support animals would kill us." The council chamber descended into chaos. Several representatives filed emergency requests to avoid future contact. In a twist no alien expected, humans spontaneously announced that they wanted to help train other species. The council froze. A human diplomat, grinning with absolute sincerity, said, "Since Earth prepared us for everything, we can teach aliens how to be tougher." The council whispered furiously among themselves. Why would they offer survival training? Do they want to weaponize us? Do they think we need improvement? Rel cleared his throat. "Honored humans, are you implying our species lack durability?" A human shrugged. "Yeah, no offense, but you guys fainted at a goose." Rel felt deep shame. Another human leaned in. "We're not trying to dominate anyone. We just know the universe is full of surprises, and most species aren't ready for Earth-level nonsense." The aliens looked at each other. Earth-level nonsense was now a scientific term. After a long silence, the council reluctantly agreed to send a test group, an elite selection of warriors from various species. Within 10 minutes of stepping onto Earth, 3 fainted from humidity, 1 had a panic attack after seeing a house spider, and the entire group screamed at a lawnmower. The humans sighed and handed out clipboards. "Okay, lesson 1. Don't panic at small things. Lesson 2. Everything is a small thing." The aliens realized humanity wasn't mocking them. They were genuinely trying to help, which was somehow more terrifying. Day 1 of human survival training began with optimism. The aliens wore bright uniforms, carried notebooks, and believed they were prepared. They were not. The human instructor, a cheerful woman named Maya, began with, "All right, team. Today is basic fear conditioning. We're starting easy." She pointed at a small insect hovering nearby. A wasp. All 40 alien recruits screamed. 1 climbed a tree. 1 rolled into a ball. 1 attempted to negotiate. 1 fainted instantly. Maya sighed. "That's a stronger reaction than expected." Rel, observing from a safe booth, whispered, "They are not ready." Maya waved dismissively. "Don't worry. Exposure therapy works wonders." But the aliens refused to approach the wasp. They trembled, chittered, begged, and at one point tried to file an intergalactic complaint form. Maya gently guided one trainee forward. It's not aggressive. Just don't make sudden movements. The trainee made a sudden movement. The wasp buzzed. The alien detonated into pure panic. The class ended early. Maya wrote on her clipboard. Aliens, extremely reactive. Plan, reduce training intensity. But then she frowned. How do I reduce intensity below a bug exists? Behind her, another alien fainted after spotting a butterfly. Day 2 began with a supposedly gentler challenge, interacting with a house cat. Humans considered cats adorable, fluffy, mysterious little companions. Aliens considered them unpredictable apex predators with knives for hands. Maya placed a calm, sleepy cat on the training mat. This, she said proudly, is Muffin. The cat blinked slowly. The aliens trembled. One whispered, "It is staring into my soul." Another replied, "It knows our weaknesses." Muffin groomed herself. 7 aliens shrieked. Maya rubbed her temples. It's literally just licking its paw. A brave volunteer stepped forward. I will attempt contact. He extended a trembling limb. Muffin rubbed against it affectionately. The alien convulsed. "It is touching me on purpose." Maya tried not to laugh. That's a friendly gesture. The cat flopped onto its back, exposing its belly. To humans, this was adorable. To aliens, this was a trap. One whispered, "It wants us to lower our guard." Another whispered, "It is testing our courage." When Muffin sneezed, 3 trainees fainted simultaneously. Maya updated her notes. Aliens struggle with harmless stimuli. Recommend starting from pictures of animals. As the class filed out, a trainee whispered to Rel, "How do humans coexist with such?" After days of humiliation, fear, and fainting spells, the aliens finally reached a turning point. Today's lesson was simple. Interaction with Earth's friendliest creature, the dog. Maya stood proudly with a golden retriever named Biscuit, whose tail wagged with such joyous force it generated its own wind patterns. The aliens huddled in a terrified cluster. "Does it bite?" one whispered. "Only food," Maya said cheerfully. The aliens screamed. Biscuit trotted toward them, tongue out, radiating pure happiness. The aliens backed away as though facing a nuclear device. One trainee, Jorix, stepped forward. I will attempt the trial." He knelt, shaking. Biscuit approached, sniffed him, and gently placed a paw on his knee. Jorix froze. Every alien leaned forward. Maya held her breath. Then Biscuit licked his face. Jorix's entire body spasmed with shock. He collapsed onto the grass, arms spread wide, staring at the sky. "Did he die?" Rel whispered. Jorix sat up slowly, trembling, but smiling. "I have experienced pure joy." The other aliens gasped. He continued, voice cracking. "The creature means no harm. It only radiates affection." He hugged Biscuit, openly weeping. The other aliens stared as though witnessing a miracle. One whispered, "Teach us." And for the first time, humanity saw aliens embrace a piece of Earth without fear. Maya wrote in her notes, "Major breakthrough. Aliens can love dogs." Which meant one thing. They were finally becoming Earth-ready. News of the alien trainees' progress spread across nearby systems like wildfire. Within weeks, 3 more species requested entry into the Earth hardening program, which humans found both flattering and deeply concerning. Galactic media networks ran headlines like, "Death World Boot Camp achieves miracles. Aliens touch dog, transcend fear. Geese still undefeated, humans unconcerned." The council, however, was panicking. Counselor Leth slammed his tablet. "This training is too dangerous." Counselor VYR replied, "Dangerous? They made progress. A trainee pet a dog. That is not normal progress." Back on Earth, the trainees proudly demonstrated their new skills by walking past a house spider without screaming. The humans applauded like they'd won Olympic medals. A reporter from a gentle aquatic species interviewed Maya. "Why are humans so invested in our survival?" Maya shrugged. "Look, the universe is wild. If we can handle Earth, you can handle anything. We're just paying it forward." The aliens found this baffling. Humans weren't trying to dominate the galaxy. They were trying to teach it. Jorix, the dog survivor, addressed his fellow trainees with pride. "We have learned the human way. Do not run from danger. Stare it down. Confuse it. Take it for a walk." The aliens cheered. And across the galaxy, species began whispering a strange new belief. If you want to survive the universe, train with the humans. The aliens' curriculum expanded. Physical training, weather resilience, emotional durability, and now philosophy. The humans called it the doctrine of adaptation. Maya explained it calmly, almost casually, while aliens took frantic notes. Humans don't survive because we're strong, she said. We survive because we adapt faster than we panic. Rel raised a trembling hand. What is the core principle of this doctrine? Maya grinned. It's simple. If it tries to kill you, learn faster than it kills. The aliens stared, stunned. Another human added, danger isn't an enemy. It's a teacher. A bad teacher, sure, but an effective one. The aliens furiously scribbled this into their new sacred texts. Then Maya carried out an experiment. She placed each alien in front of minor Earth challenges, slippery floors, sudden noises, mild surprises, unexpected dogs. At first, the aliens panicked as usual. But something changed. They started adapting. When a squirrel darted past them, they didn't scream. When wind nearly knocked them over, they steadied themselves. When a branch fell, they moved aside instead of fainting. Maya smiled proudly. You're getting it. Humans aren't fearless. We're just too stubborn to let fear make decisions. The aliens nodded solemnly. And so the doctrine spread. Across ships. Across worlds. Across species. Soon, even the council had posters reading, adapt, overcome, survive. This is the human way. After weeks of grueling, bizarre, chaotic training, it was time for graduation. Earth-style graduation. The aliens gathered in a park decorated with banners and balloons. Some still trembled at the balloons, but many held their ground proudly. Maya stepped forward. You came to us terrified. You survived geese, humidity, house cats, wasps, toddlers, raccoons, and at least one unexpected barbecue. You didn't run. You didn't quit. And today, you leave Earth harder, stronger, and significantly more confused. The aliens cheered. Jorix stepped up to give the trainee speech. We came here believing humans were reckless, dangerous, unpredictable. He paused. We were correct. Laughter erupted. But humans taught us something deeper. You do not overcome fear by hiding. You overcome it by stepping forward, confused, terrified, sweating, but stepping forward anyway. The humans applauded loudly. Maya handed out certificates shaped like tiny Earths. Congratulations. You survived the impossible. That makes you one of us. Some aliens cried. Some hugged humans awkwardly. Some hugged Biscuit the dog enthusiastically. Rel whispered to the captain. They improved more than I expected. The captain replied. You forget, humans believe in uplifting others, even if the method is insane. With newfound confidence, the aliens turned toward the stars. They were ready. Graduated and emboldened, the newly trained aliens returned to their planets, different from when they left. They no longer panicked at minor dangers. They no longer froze when something unexpected happened. They didn't scream when wildlife looked at them wrong. Word spread fast. Aliens who trained on Earth were tougher, faster, sharper. Some called them Earth-tempered. Some called them Deathworld certified. Some simply called them crazy. The Council, after much debate and a few fainting episodes, officially named Earth Galactic Survival Training Hub, Class 1. A historic message was broadcast across the galaxy. With humility and mild fear, we recognize humans as the galaxy's foremost resilience instructors. Humans celebrated with fireworks. Aliens ducked and screamed. Humans taught them to enjoy it. In the years that followed, survival rates in dangerous sectors skyrocketed. Species once known for fragility now stood firm. Predators retreated. Storms were endured. Disasters met their match. And everywhere, the motto of the human doctrine echoed. Adapt. Overcome. Survive. One day, Maya visited the Galactic Council. A nervous ambassador asked, what should we do if we encounter an unknown threat? Maya smiled warmly. Simple. Do what humans do. Look it in the eye and refuse to die. The galaxy changed forever.